Parrots can communicate with each other via video calls. Parrots are smarter than you think. 1. Parrots can use tools. Palm cockatoos make drumsticks and seed pod tools. They use these tools during their mating displays. They beat it against a hollow trunk in a rhythm. Goffin's cockatoos were seen crafting a set of tools. They are designed for wedging, cutting, and spooning. The birds use them sequentially to access seeds and fruits. The cockatoos can carry tool sets to use later on. 2. Parrots can have an impressive vocabulary. A blue parakeet named Puck landed in the Guinness Book of Records in 1995. He knew 1,728 words. Amazon parrot Groucho entertained TV audiences in 2010. He sang a rendition of How Much Is That Doggy in the Window? 3. Parrots can solve complex puzzles. There was a study involving Goffin's cockatoos. They had to reach a reward behind a glass pane for a treat. A study involved picking a series of interlocking devices. Each of them jammed the next lock along. The birds had to remove a pin, then a screw, then a bolt. Then they turned a wheel 90 degrees and shifted a latch. They didn't struggle with the same device again. The cockatoos also learned by watching each other. 4. Parrots can associate sound and meaning. African gray parrot Alex had the intelligence of a toddler. He could use English to count to 6. He correctly labeled objects by color, material, and shape. He used English to communicate with other parrots in the lab. He would praise or criticize their efforts. Alex sometimes made up names. For example, he used cork nut for almonds. Alex could use words to express his wants and needs. He understood the context for emotional words like sorry. Alex had an emotional relationship with owner Dr. Pepperberg. His last words to her were, "You be good. I love you." 5. Parrots have their own personality. Alex was a bossy parrot. Dr. Pepperberg had to greet him first in the morning, or Alex refused to work with her the rest of the day. He would throw objects for students in the lab to fetch. He also enjoyed distracting the lab manager. 6. Parrots can communicate via video calls. In the wild, parrots tend to live in large flocks. In captivity, they often feel bored and isolated. They may develop psychological issues. To avoid it, a group of parrots was taught to call each other. For 2 weeks, the owners taught their birds to ring a bell. Then they touched an image of another parrot on a screen. In this phase, the birds made 212 video calls. Owners stopped calls when the birds didn't pay attention. They capped the duration of the calls at 5 minutes. In the second phase, the birds could make calls freely. They also got to choose which bird to dial up. Over 2 months, parrots made 147 deliberate video calls. They stayed on a call for the maximum time allowed. They understood that they had seen another live bird. Some of the parrots learned new skills from each other. Some would sing, and some would play around. Others would show another bird their toys. The birds forged strong friendships. Those who initiated the most calls received the most calls. Some birds developed attachments to their friends' owners.